if I get another community strike, we ain't finna laugh. Come one, come all. The whole family is invited to witness a piece of the literal greatest media collective on the internet that is this YouTube channel. Your mom can watch cause take a look at me. Your dad can watch cause take a look at me. The kids can watch cause it's censored. Also take a look at me. Bobby, I swear you made a video just like this on April 5th, 2017. At 7:55 a.m. A little while back in April, I made a video about why I dislike fat acceptance, and YouTube deemed that hate speech and removed it, which was just totally wrong because I love fat people. Also, you may have noticed how gorgeous I'm looking. How about it? And lastly, what you may have noticed is the word fat in the title and potentially the thumbnail as well is censored. And that is strictly because I'm 100% certain this would be instantly demonetized, if not removed if it wasn't. Just to be clear also, don't take this as me trying to look like some trailblazer blowing the whistle on a ridiculous idea. It's almost 2018. We all already know that fat acceptance is pretty dumb. I'm doing this again because I liked the other video that got deleted, and more importantly, it did really well, even when I had 7,000 less subs. So maybe I strike gold, maybe YouTube strikes me. Either way, something's getting stricken and it's not disturbed. And let it be known, as a retired fat ass, I have a pass to say what I want. You know, I wasn't born 240 pounds, 6% body fat. Now that I've done the little beginning ramble that I do every time, into the reasons why accepting a disease that promotes 6 out of the 10 leading causes of death maybe isn't the most progressive thing you can do. Yes, obesity is a disease, the American Medical Association says so. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of jealous. It's tough being 280 pounds, 3% body fat. You know? The thing is, you can be happy about yourself. You have my permission, it's fine. But you shouldn't promote your lifestyle, even if you enjoy it, if it's objectively a bad way of living. So before we kill ourselves on fake Pepsi, let's take a little peep at the people who support this fat acceptance movement first and foremost. This lady's name is Kelly Jean Drinkwater. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. This is a video about fat acceptance. The fruit is hanging low enough. I don't need to take the easy jokes.
I'm not sure if any of you have noticed, but I'm fat.
I didn't even notice.
Not the lowercase muttered behind my back kind, or the seemingly harmless chubby or cuddly. I'm not even the more sophisticated, voluptuous or curvaceous kind. Let's not sugarcoat it. I am the capital F-A-T kind of fat. I am the elephant in the room.
See, she's trying to be cute. Like if someone with atrial fibrillation was like, I was so excited to give this speech today that my heart skipped a beat. Then everyone would be like, oh, that's just the funny AFib guy, his heart skips. But when you're the fat one saying you're the elephant in the room, it just doesn't have the same charm.
These judgments are insidious. They can be directed at individuals and groups, and they can also be directed at ourselves. And this way of thinking is known as fat phobia.
Without fail, for every one of these social causes, if you don't agree with it, hate to break it to you, but you're kind of a dickhead. I don't have that phobia. I'm not scared of fat people. I could hit a moderately paced walk if I really needed to at the drop of a dime, to be honest. And if you tried to assault me, I have like 5 seconds to just dodge. It's easy for the people who are not gorgeous, not funny, not Mr. Olympia stage ready year round like me, who think they're like destroying liberals or being edgy to make jokes about SJWs and jokes about different phobias they claim exist. But sometimes that's really how it is.
We may even blame fat people themselves for the discrimination they face because, after all, if we don't like it, we should just lose weight. Easy.
Kelly, okay, stick with me for a second here, because you're onto something. It's not Weight Watchers, but that's all right. Get this. If you're an adult, you get fat on your own accord, based off your own decisions, eating more, moving less, in 9 out of 10 cases. That's just biography.
It's biology.
What?
Biology?
I'm sorry, that's biology. So, if you're being discriminated against for your own choices you made when there's an active solution readily available, yeah, it's your fault. I'm glad she gets it though. She didn't need a genius like me to explain it. But I'm so considerate, so I just did it anyway, oh my god. So what's the issue here? Fat people being happy? Yeah. Obviously, people being happy isn't the issue, but that's not necessarily what fat acceptance is. The thing about it is, and the most damaging thing about it is there has been at least one person, if not many people on a consistent basis, that maybe think about changing up their diet, learning about working out, the whole 9 yards, and then they come across fat acceptance, and it's just, you know, oh well, fuck it. I don't need the cardio endurance to walk up a small flight of stairs anyway. That's where the whole thing gets derailed. When it gets widespread on social media, it tells a lot of probably insecure, impressionable people, hey, I'm this way and I'm happy. You can be too, ignoring the obvious bad aspects. If you ask me, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go boil this fucking... Now that that's taken care of, if you ask me, which, who else would you ask? The right way to do it is to just not talk about it. Like almost as if you don't need to bring every one of your personal beliefs to social media for validation. Morally, it's fine, right? As long as you're not shooting people, whatever, be fat. Physically, on the other hand, you're better off throwing yourself down a flight of stairs every morning.
I discovered fat acceptance probably about 6 years ago. I think it was on Twitter that somebody must have retweeted an article. And as per anything on the internet, you read one and the vortex gets you, and you read the next thing and the next thing. It was kind of like a light bulb went on, and that was when I started to think that perhaps it could apply to me.
Hey man, does it ever get exhausting being right all the time? You have no idea. But that is exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe this girl would have made some real changes eventually, but because she came across fat acceptance on social media, she just adopted that way of thinking as well and said, fuck it. I just can't get over the fact that so many people act like being fat is just how it is. It's like getting shot in your knee and just accepting it instead of going to the hospital for help. It's like shooting yourself in the knee actually, because no one else does it for you. Well, what else do fat acceptancers do, you might be wondering? Not a whole lot. Well, they certainly don't put others down to make themselves higher.
Bullshit.
Like those girls that are shaped like a mini fridge and smell like tortillas talking to thin girls about no guy's attracted to your bony stick figure, as if we're any more attracted to you, Guadalupe, get a grip. I'm sure you've seen this age-old, real men are into curves, only dogs play with bones. Yeah, because generalizing a group of billions of people is, smart. Women, you gotta make up your mind. Dogs are a loyal animal. Men who aren't loyal are called dogs. Only dogs play with bones, but men don't. I am thoroughly unimpressed with the continuity of this analogy. I don't get it. If you're so accepting of yourself and you love yourself, why do other people have to be put down? That doesn't make any sense. Like me personally, I understand that I'm probably the greatest person to ever live, but that doesn't mean I'm putting down like Obama because his achievements are kind of subpar. It's just not how it works. And for every group of people that think they're falsely oppressed, the opposite of them is automatically privileged. In this case, thin people, obviously. This is coming from everyday feminism, which we know no one there has any thin privilege. We have a list of 22 examples of said thin privilege. Let's take a quick peek at some of the best points on the list. 1. You're not assumed to be unhealthy just because of your size. Assuming an obese person is unhealthy is really more of an honest observation. That's like someone coming into a gas station with a ski mask and a gun and then getting offended because the cashier thought his ass was getting robbed. 4. Your health insurance rates are not higher than everyone else's. Well, yeah, it's the same way as someone who's genetically prone to heart disease's rates might be higher. Only you can control yours. The insurance is higher because you're more at risk of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, dyslipidemia, hypertension, osteoarthritis, mental illness, and the king of them all, cancer. 5. You can expect to pay reasonable prices for your clothing. What does this even mean? Fuck kids and fuck their child privilege. Why do kid-sized Jordans cost $80, but when I want the same ones in the 10.5, it's $230? Are you really gonna sit there and say this kind of discrimination is okay? I'll be waiting for a statement from Nike about their adultophobia anytime now. You don't receive suggestions from your friends and family to join Weight Watchers or any other weight loss program. Maybe because they don't need it and you do. Just a wild thought. I swear, the same people that believe in thin privilege are the same people who have excuses out the ass when they're not good at something or when they lose a game or whatever. Like, you suck ass. Get over it.
You know what? You suck ass.
In fact, I think I can come up with a better way to describe privilege. I think privilege is living in a time where food is so abundant that you can comfortably gorge yourself day in, day out, while other people starve, all while complaining about the social inconveniences you face as a direct result of your consistent decisions. That sounds like the definition of privilege. Let me share the most brilliant post I've ever seen with you real quick. This is from a pro-fat Facebook group. There's something that I feel is not being fully appreciated, either in previous conversations or in this one. Sexual harassment is a way of exercising power and control over women, but this is not simply done through sexual harassment. It is also accomplished by selectively withholding sexual harassment from some persons. Sexual harassment is supposed to make victims feel like shit, but the selective withholding of sexual harassment from some individuals based on physical appearance or other qualities is also supposed to make those persons feel like shit. That's why whether one is harassed or not harassed, one is likely to be impacted negatively, to feel diminished, insecure, and to second guess oneself and one's own value. There's no winning this one within a patriarchal structure, and that is by design. So just to reiterate to all the fellas out there, if you sexually harass a woman, you're an ass. If you don't sexually harass all women unbiasedly, you're a bigger ass. Another trend that I love so much that illustrates how little these people like to take responsibility is smashing scales. Because that makes sense. Tell me this much. When was the last time a house caught fire and the smoke detector was blamed? Or when the last time a carbon monoxide reader was blamed for carbon monoxide being present? Or the last time a gun was blamed for killing people? Actually, scratch that last one. So if fat acceptance is bad, am I saying fat people should just be unhappy forever? Yeah. Just like the rest of us. I just want to know, when are we going to start seeing diabetes acceptance, stroke acceptance, heart disease acceptance, cancer acceptance? Or are all those bad things that should be controlled and treated and not accepted kind of like what can directly cause it? Nah, that's stupid. What am I talking about? People want an easy fix. You get heart disease, you cut out some stuff in the diet, take your meds. What more can you do? But to prevent it, you got to do all this work, and you have to move, and you have to lift things for no reason, and you can't drink your Big Macs. It's so not worth it. All that said though, if you want to eat yourself to an early death or a miserable life, who am I to stop you? Go for it, please. Overpopulation is an issue anyway. Say everyone accepting fatness has an extra 3 pieces of cake and an extra liter of Coke every day. Eventually, the freeway is just going to start clearing up. Wait, now I take everything I said back. In fact, if you might be interested, Walmart marks a lot of its baked goods down after 8 p.m. Check your dairy section. I don't thank you for watching. In fact, I think you should be thanking me for bestowing this blessing upon you once more. That said, 1 year from now I expect the speed limit to be 20 miles higher everywhere. Happy accepting.